back to the 2008 Ashland Youth Masters Tournament.
Yeah, we just had a very interesting match with Jordan and Jeremiah, and now Jordan is going to bowl against Jeremy Huff, and the winner of this will meet the tournament leader Eric. No.
They all begin with J's.
Yes, Jeremy. Okay, Jordan Milburn's going to lead this match off here. Again, Jordan gets 54 pins handicap, and Jeremy Huff gets nothing.
I don't know. I think I might be intimidated by that coming in.
Well, Jeremy's got a 201 average. And what you're going to notice with Jeremy is he bowls with two hands. And by bowling with two hands, he can generate a lot of turn on the ball. But the problem it's going to lead him into, very good shot. The problem that he's going to have is there's so much oil that his ball's not going to want to grab the lane. And we talked about it before we started, so we'll see how he starts out here.
I like to call that the sling move that he... almost.
The problem that Jeremy has also is all his balls are pretty shiny. So when you have a shiny ball on an oily surface, the two don't work together very well.
I said he seems to try and pick up his spares with one hand.
Just the 10 pin. Everything else I'll throw with two hands. When we teach young bowlers to bowl, I teach them all to bowl two hands because that teaches them how to rotate their hand properly out of the ball. And then as they get strong enough, then you... We teach them then to bowl with one hand, but they already have the proper hand rotation down from bowling with two hands, so it's just a lot easier to teach them to bowl the proper way then. Oh, that was a great shot right there. Wow.
Very nice.
I think that you're going to see a little higher scoring this time. Jordan's throwing the ball well, and I know Jeremy's going to bowl very well.
Jeremy, I also noticed, seems to be very aggressive about his bowling too.
He has to be with the way he throws the ball. He's got to be very aggressive. And what may happen here is Jordan may feed off Jeremy being aggressive and say, and he may start throwing the ball a little more aggressive also. A lot of times in a lot of sports, you play up to your competition or you play down to your competition, and the same thing happens in bowling. Oh, that's a good shot. Hang on. Very good. Okay, this is a big shot for Jeremy. He doesn't like to stand right and go up second arrow, but he really has no choice today. That's the line that's there for him. Very good. You see the explosion when his ball hits the pins. It's just so much rotation and turn on the ball that it just annihilates him. He's using two different balls, and I don't know why he's doing this, but I think he's just in a hurry.
Yeah. It seems to be working for him, though, to just keep up the pace, keep going.
Sometimes, you do goofy things when you're in sports and competition just to try to relax, just try to get your way till you get the jitters out of the way. Okay, got a break there. Again, Jordan is throwing the ball much harder now. He's up to 15 miles an hour, where the last game he's throwing 11, 12 miles an hour. So he's being a lot more aggressive.
Which is good, because that's what he's got to do to...
Oops, he pulled that one badly. See, and that's the problem with his style. He turns sideways and he cut his arm swing short. In bowling, the most important thing is your approach to the foul line. You have to make it the same every time, no matter what you're shooting. And that gives you good balance and good direction with your arm swing then. He's got a habit of turning sideways, trying to make the ball flip. Okay, got a break there. And your follow through, when you slide and you follow through, the farther you can follow through, the longer that ball's going to stay on line, and you're actually making the ball go where you're telling it to go. When you cut your arm swing short, you're letting the lane dictate where the ball's going to go. Hang on. Good shot. The big thing with Jeremy here is he knows he's giving 54 pins a game handicap. That's 108 pins for 2 games. That's a lot. So he's feeling the pressure that he has to go out and attack. And that's what we talked about before we started this match, is just go out and bowl your game, and what happens happens. So I got that real wide. That's a big break right there. That could have been really bad. The problem that I see with him bowling with two hands is he's not as accurate as a lot of bowlers, but I think that'll come the more he bowls. Now this he wants to hit on the left side of the head pin and run it right down the rail.
seems that it does seem that he makes up for some of that accuracy with just the power that he has in here. But he's
right, and it's even more extreme on dry lanes. These lanes are oily, so he has to be a lot more accurate right now to keep the ball in the pocket. Again, the revolution and turn on the ball is what allows the pins to get that extra pop, the extra spin on the pins. Now, the way Jordan bowls allows him, he can hit heavy on the head pin and still get a strike because his pins are going to bounce around into each other. Okay, he caught a break there. What Jordan has to be careful of is not to get caught up in Jeremy bowling so well. He gets 54 pins handicap, so he just needs to relax, bowl his game. What happens, happens. Get up there.
Coming in, though, Jeremy coming in with his embroidered shirt and everything would be a little intimidating. You come up.
Jeremy's looking to move up in the bowling world. He's talked about bowling in some tournaments. He's bowled in some singles tournaments outside King Lanes, which is very well. He didn't bowl very well, but it's only going to help him grow in his bowling age. The more you can bowl, the more different centers you can go to. It only helps your overall game.
Also traveling to different places and bowling different places would give you a better, I think, ability to get the feel for the lanes too, because every place is a little different.
Jeremy pitched the last one to the right. The worst thing you do here is pull it. That looked pretty good. A little heavy, but that's a good shot. The problem Jeremy also has sometimes, he gets frustrated when he doesn't get a lot of strikes. He's just got to settle in, get his spares, let the strikes come when they come. A lot of your more accomplished bowlers say spares are overrated, but I feel that spares are the most important part of the game because when you get on a tougher lane conditions, you want to be able to make your spares because you're not going to throw a lot of strikes. So if you have a solid spare game, you can build off of that. Because Jeremy definitely has a good strike. Oh, he pulled that one badly. Okay, got a big break there.
That's another thing I've noticed with some bowlers. They're so focused on the strikes that you can have a really good strike game, but then when you mess up, you got nothing. It's like a golfer who can hit it really hard, but they can't putt,
Right. All right, Jeremy has 155 through 7, and with his handicap, Jordan has 157 through 7. So they're pretty even right now. Jordan's got to finish strong here. He's got to finish even or a little bit ahead to give him momentum in the next game. That was a good shot. But again, if you notice, Jordan's ball is twirling going down the lane. It's not really driving, where Jeremy's ball is driving into the pocket. That's the difference in the two styles. We should say here, Jeremy bowls here at King Lanes. He's from Ashland. His mother and father are Jeff and Terry Huff. Terry's my sister. His highest bowling average is 201, and his highest game is a 300 game, which he had about a month ago. I was here and saw it. His mom left and went to Walmart, and we had to call her and say, hey, he should have stayed. His highest series is 729. So he's bowled some good games together. His favorite bowling moment was his 300 game and winning the Junior Masters in 2003. His favorite pro bowler is Mika. He's a bowler from Finland, Sweden, I think, a professional bowler. Very good bowler. And I'm going to have to talk to him about his favorite local bowler. So his favorite local bowler is his mother.
Well, one must remember that this is his mother, It might be best to be supportive of her.
Yeah. This is his 7th Junior Masters, so he's competed in all but one of the Junior Masters. He's probably too young to bowl the first one, so he's been in all of them. This is a tough spare here. This is a sleeper, and this is very easy to chop. It's hard to get that pin in the back. Ah, he pulled it. Oh, got a big break. Big break there.
The truck keeps telling me I'm too quiet.
Okay, Jeremy needs to make a quality shot here. The match is even. That is
Beautiful.
tremendous
Beautiful.
ball. To be honest, the only thing that'll beat Jeremy today is Jeremy. If he can get settled in and play his game and be smart, he's just one of the best bowling talents in the nation right now.
He definitely seems like he could really go.
The problem that he has is he expects to bowl good, and when he doesn't make good shots, like there you see him come back frustrated. Instead of being frustrated, he needs to calm down, think, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong there? Settle down, make good shots. Being a good bowler is being able to repeat shots. Okay, Jeremy had a 212 the first game. Very respectable game. I know he'd like to have more, but that's a good start.
It's better than any game I've ever bowled.
Well, what's interesting here is if Jordan gets a spare and a strike, they will be tied after the first game. It's got a hook. There we go. That's a strike. Jordan basically is just trying to keep the ball around the head pin. Just trying to make contact either side, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But as he gets a little better and bowls a little more, he'll adapt it. Might slide right in there. There we go. With that strike now, Jordan throws the next strike. He'll have a 10-pin lead going into the second game, which is very big because Jeremy's thinking, okay, I just bowled a really good game, a clean game, and had 212, and I'm still losing. That's just the way this game works sometimes. Oh, he yanked that one up and turned sideways. Still got 7. So after game 1, Jeremy Huff has a fine 212 game, a nice clean 212, and Jordan Milburn has a 219. So he enjoys a 7-pin lead going into the second game. So we'll go ahead and jump right into this match.
This is very, very close.
And like I said, I told you the scoring would be higher this game. Jordan stepped it up. So, I'm very proud of what he's done. Now that ball there is one of the best balls Jeremy's thrown today. If you look, he was aggressive. He was bounced at the foul line. That was a perfect shot. I don't like it when he stands in the middle and tries to feather it out there because that's not his game. His game is power. He needs to move right and just stuff it right in there. Oh. Again, if you watch Jordan's body language, his body language tells you where the ball's going to go. When he turns sideways and cuts his arms short, it's going to go right every time. So, hopefully when he watches this, he'll see, stay square, bend your knee, set the ball down, and lift up through it instead of spinning over top of it. Stay right there. Okay, it's on the first frame. He's okay.
Looks a little bit frustrated, but
he is, because he knows he bowls with Jeremy in Junior League. He bowls against Jeremy and knows what a talent he is. So he knows he's got to have his A game to compete right now. But if he looks out there, it's got to be comforting to see you have a 60-pin lead with your handicap. So
yeah, that's always nice.
Yeah. So Jeremy's got to throw a lot of strikes to catch him if Jordan can just stay clean. We really want to thank Swing Zone Pro Shop today. Swing Zone 2 here in Ashland. They're in the Commerce Center. They gave each one of the bowlers, the finalists today, a bowling towel, a bottle of ball cleaner, and they donated a bowling ball to the tournament. So we want to thank them for stepping up and helping the kids out. Even though he missed that there, that was a much better shot. He went more to the corner where I would like to see him at. Okay, Jeremy can take control here of his emotions and the match if he can throw a double here.
He does.
Incredible strike. In warming up, he kept trying to loop the ball, and I talked to him about moving right and going down and in. And he doesn't like to do that, but he just looked back and smiled because he knows, he has no choice. He has to go down and in. Hole. Very good. Another interesting, side note here is another bowler that won this tournament in 2001. Cassidy Schaub also bowled with 2 hands, but he was a left-hander. He went out last year and bowled with Team USA, which is the best amateur bowlers in the whole country. So, you know, he was one of the top 10 bowlers in the country, amateur bowlers in the country, and got to go to Brazil and over in Europe, and he went a lot of places and had a lot of fun.
Wow.
Did very well. I think that he won a silver medal. He bowled with a guy who's bowling on tour right now, Rhino Page. So if anybody watches the Pro Bowlers Tour, Rhino Page was Cassidy Schaub from Ashland, Ohio. Actually from Polk, Ohio, but he bowls in Ashland. So, you know, congrats to Cassidy for going outside of Ashland and doing very well.
Jordan. Ooh.
Again, you know, he turns sideways, he rushes the foul line, and when he does that, because he turns sideways, he's not strong enough to keep the ball on line, and his arm's just going to go to the right. He can't help it. As he gets older and stronger, you can be strong enough to pull that ball back in, but right now he's not. He just made a better shot right there. That's the funny thing about this game. You can go up there and make a horrible shot, and you think, man, what did I just do? And then, boom, the very next shot's perfect. All right, Jeremy. He's got a 3-bagger here.
Interesting.
Oh, that's got to hold. He got that a little tight, but still, if you make a bad shot and you get 9, that tells you you're playing the lanes in the proper position. A lot of the B-League bowlers, the average bowlers, don't play the lanes properly. When they make a bad shot, they get 6 or 7 or, you know, gutter balls. Uh-oh, that's not going to get over there. Okay, that didn't help his cause any, but he's only down 10 with Jordan's handicap, so he's still in control of the match here. If he bowls his game the rest of the way out, he'll be all right. Jeremy's got a fan club back here. They're holding up a sign that says, "Go Huff, go." He needs to focus on what he's doing here, though, because he's right in the match.
Ooh.
Okay. See, that's what I mean about bowling being a very mental game. You want to have fun, you want to have a good time, but you need to stay focused and stay paying attention to what you're doing. Attention to detail is what I call it.
Yeah.
Once you hit the approach, you got to block out everything and make a good, clean shot. This is a big frame here for Jordan. That is a huge strike. Okay, through 5 frames, Jeremy Huff has 96, and Jordan has 110, but he's on a strike, so he's going to add to his lead here. This is what Jeremy's got to be careful of. He made up all the handicap. Now he just has to beat him straight up. That is a great shot. Fans are trying to help Jeremy get focused here. Oh, that's not going to get up. Okay, he caught a huge break there. He's frustrated now. He needs to take his time. He should never get up on the approach while the rake is still down. Go through your routine before you throw every single ball. We take a lot for granted sometimes when we're bowling, and we think, oh, this is an easy one. Well, it's one of those, you miss those easy ones that compounds your frustration, and your anger level will raise really fast.
Yes, I noticed that with you, actually.
Yeah, I know. Okay, if you look now, Jeremy's not throwing the ball like he means it now. He's frustrated. He's looked at the score and think, oh, I'm losing now. You know, he needs to block all that out.
It's one frame at a time.
Every spare he makes now is a big spare, because it's going to keep him in the match. Okay, he's got 115 through 6, but Jordan here has found the groove. Oops, that's not going to get up. Okay, again here, you know, you're on a double. You're getting 10 plus this ball. So by getting 3 there, you know, he lost a lot of pin count. Even though he has a comfortable lead right now, that could come back to hurt him in the 10th frame.
Oh, yeah.
So now he's going to get 10 plus whatever he knocks down on this ball, so he needs to make a good shot here and hit the head pin. That's a much better shot.
There we go.
Okay. Well, if you're not going to pick it up, you want to fill 9. It's very important to get every pin you can get.
Yep.
So through 7 frames, Jordan has 97. But with his handicap, that gives him 151, and he's got a 33-pin lead with 3 frames to go. So if he stays clean, it's going to force Jeremy to have to throw strikes.
Yep.
Okay, Jordan threw that ball very, very slow. He tried to let the ball work its way in, but there's just too much oil out there for that. His best shot is to go to the corner, point it to the pocket, and just throw it like he means it. He may have a little trouble getting this on the left side of the head pin. Oh, he got it way left. Again, a lot of pin count lost there. Jeremy steps up and throws a double here. This match is even. So very quickly, things can turn around here. Oh, he double dribbled it. Get up.
Ooh.
Okay, got a break. He's to calm down now, take a breath, relax, and do what he does best.
Is there any significance to the rubbing the shoes that he does in this?
Well, he bowls in his tennis shoe, which I'm trying to get him out of, because it's going to lead to knee problems as he gets older. You need to slide because you can't just plant and torque because it's too much stress on your knee. This is a big shot here. It's got to hurry. Gotta hurry. Okay, big break. That's a big break there because if he throws a split there and opens, it's going to be tough to come back from. But by getting a spare here, he's going to pick up 10, 20 pins. He's forcing Jordan to stay clean. So even though he would like to throw a double there and get the lead, he needs to be patient. Get your spares, creep up on him, and then get him in the 10th frame. Okay, this is a big 10th frame for Jordan Milburn. If he gets spares, he's going to force Jeremy to have to double. Okay, that's 9. Very easy spare. This is just a strike ball. Move 2 boards left of where you were throwing it. Throw the same ball, and it'll stay right there. But he's switching balls and moving way left, so good luck.
And
that's a good shot.
Anyway.
Very good shot. The problem with doing that, and you're going to get away with that today because there's a lot of oil in the middle, but when you move to an unknown part of the lane, you don't know what your ball is going to do. You don't know what the oil is like in that part of the lane, so it's better to play where you know where the oil is pretty basic. He's got a 10-pin lead here, so if he throws a mark here, oh, he flipped it badly. He got a huge break there. That ball stayed on the lane and got 7 pins.
I've seen several of those for him go to gutter balls, so that was definitely very...
Normally when he's flipped it like that, he's thrown it in the gutter, but that one he threw slow enough that it grabbed the lane. Now he's playing this right. He moves right. That's a good shot. That is a big-time shot right there. This match is going to come right down to the wire. Jordan throws a strike here. He'll have 414, and he'll force Jeremy Huff to get a spare in the 10th frame and a good pin count. He needs a lot of pins. Oh, no. Okay. Now what that set up, that'll give him 307. Jeremy Huff needs a spare here to win this match. Take your time, make a good shot. Hold. That is a big time ball right there. That is a lot of pressure. Okay, I believe he needs another strike here to win. I thought that strike would lock it up for him, but no, he needs a strike here to win or a spare to tie. Okay, again, take your time. Go through your routine and make a good shot. He hit up on that one.
Oh.
Okay, he's got to have a spare. Boy, is this pressure or what? 9 out of 10 times he'd pick this ball, not even think about it. But now he's looking at the score knowing that he needs a spare, and he's laughing about it. It's funny now, but it won't be funny if you miss it. Take your time, reach out at it, pick it up. Don't hook. Very good. Wow. Okay, what that means is we have a tie.
We're experiencing some interesting trying to determine exactly what's going on here now after that tie. So, yeah. Very good game, though. A lot of two very different styles of play and bowling, and it was made for an interesting match. Here's a shot of the crowd. As we said earlier, there are a lot of people here supporting these kids, which is definitely good.
Okay, the issue that just came up here, this has never happened. This is a handicap tournament. Normally in match play, when they tie, you bowl the 9th and 10th frame over again. But with a handicap tournament, the tournament director was just asking me how he can adjust the handicap for a 2-frame roll-off. So the only way you could do it is divide it by 10, and he would get
five pins.
Right, he would get 5 pins, but there's 2 frames, so he would get 10 pins. So we have a bit of dilemma here that he's trying to work through with the bowlers.
It shouldn't be drinking on TV. Didn't realize there were autos. Oops.
Well, we'll
yeah, we'll have to. This is definitely.
Okay, what they're going to do, which is probably the fair thing to do, they're going to bowl a 1-game roll-off. Whoever wins this game will move on. So that's probably the fairest way to do it.
All right, so
a little bonus action here. Yes, we're going to go ahead and start here. Jordan Milburn's going to start us off, and they're going to bowl a 1-game match. Whoever wins moves on, and loses, it's over. If we have another tie, we're going to go out for lunch.
You're watching this again here.
See, that's what's so neat about bowling, because, you know, so many things happen in that last game that either bowler could have won. You know, one good shot here, one good shot there, you win. But because a bad shot was made by each bowler, you know, Jordan got 3 pins on his fill ball. If he hits the head pin, it's over. So that's just the way bowling works. I think Jeremy's going to settle in now and have a big game. He's pretty happy to just be where he's at right now. That was such a nice, smooth shot. What that tells me now is that was a half pocket hit where the ball didn't really drive into the pocket, but you saw the 10 pin go out. That means the ball was rolling well and it had a lot of power on it. Earlier in the match, he would have left the 10 pin every time, but now he's relaxed, and you're going to see some good strikes here. He's a little aggravated with himself right now for allowing himself to be in this position. But he's got to look at the other side, too, and be happy that he had the opportunity to tie the match.
Just to make sure that everyone watching this has never occurred here before that there was the tie and the handicap.
This is an absolute first.
Yeah, so this is a special treat for all of you all.
Now, if they would have both had the same handicap, or there wouldn't have been so much handicap, we probably would have just had them bowl a 9th and 10th. But because of the handicap, the only fair way to do it is to have them bowl another game.
So,
you know, just sitting here looking at Jeremy, he's got a whole different demeanor now. He's ready. He's ready to go. He's like a racehorse at the beginning of a race. He wants to get back up there and attack. And if you'd have had that attitude in the beginning, you know, he'd have bowled much better. But, you know, again, he'll watch us and learn from this.
I noticed he seemed a little very casual in the first.
Right. Jeremy has two sides. I call him a Dr. Jekyll and Hyde. You know, he's either too lackadaisical or he's too upset with himself and mad at himself. He needs to harness his emotions and try to stay more on an even keel. Bowling is definitely a game of emotions, too.
Yeah,
you know, they say gut check time in sports. Well, it's definitely there in bowling. That was a very, very good shot by Jordan Milburn. That is a very tough spare. Okay, Jeremy's working on a double here. See if he can stay aggressive and hit up on the ball and keep it tight and direct. Okay, he swung that one out. What's happening here with Jeremy is a force of habit. When you bowl on lane conditions like they do on Saturday mornings, they're usually a little drier or a lot drier, and the outsides are even drier, so he just throws it hard at the gutter and the ball comes flying back. He's not getting that reaction today, and he's really frustrated by that. Luckily, though, with his rotation and the amount of turn that he gets on the ball, it keeps him around the pocket. So he carries a lot of strikes maybe you and I wouldn't get. So
I wouldn't get.
Okay, this is a big shot here to keep him. Oh, he pulled that one badly. Okay, he got a huge break there, and it got a bad break all in one. Number one, he lost his timing now. He's frustrated a little bit, and he pulled the ball badly. Now he has to get it all together to pick up a 10 pin, which is by far his hardest pin. Oh, he pulled it.
Ooh.
when a bowler shoots a 10 pin, if you just watch their arm swing, if their arm swing comes straight through and reaches right out at that pin, and this is a good tip for the average bowler, when you leave a 10 pin, just reach right at it, and the ball has to go right at it. By cutting his arm short and coming in front of his face, he pulled it just enough that he missed it. Okay, Jordan's got, oh, this is called a washout. He needs to get on the left side of the head pin and slide it into the 10.
As I said earlier, it's good you're here because I don't know any of
that is a fantastic shot.
Wow.
You're talking about a young man who averages 120 who picked up one of the tougher spares in bowling. So it doesn't matter what your skill level is. This is a great game because anything can happen at any time. See, you see the force he threw that ball with? That ball, I mean, he just walked up and manned it down the lanes.
Yeah.
You know, hey, I just made a great shot and I'm going to make another one. So even though he didn't hit the pocket, he went Brooklyn, that's still a much better shot. If you're going to go down with your best.
Yeah.
The spare's right in the middle of the lane. All he's got to do is throw a strike ball. Oh, he pulled it. Oh, no. There's another thing there for the average bowler. When you leave a 5-pin, that's just your strike ball. Don't change anything. Don't change balls. Don't move. Throw your strike ball. And you should pick it up 10 out of 10 times.
Of all the techniques mentioned today, that's the only one I understand. Or have used myself in my limited experience. But,
I recommend every average bowler, anybody who wants to be a better bowler, to find a good bowler that you're comfortable with and work with them because they can help you to be a better bowler. You know, not that they're that better physically, whatever, but better bowlers understand the game mentally. They understand oil patterns. They understand what balls are meant to do, what they're not meant to do. And there's a lot more to thinking into bowling than what the average bowler realizes. Okay, you went wider again. Okay, Jeremy moved right on that lane and went more up the boards, which is what I recommended before we started. Okay, through 5 frames, Jeremy is down about 20 pins. That's got a hook. Okay, left that washout again. Again, this is a tough spare because not only does he have to get to the left side of the head pin, but there's a lot of oil, which makes it harder for him to get over there. It's a little bit too slow. It's going to hook. Oh, that was a good try.
Very close.
A lot of the younger bowlers, and these young men have 2-3 bowling balls. You know, that's okay if you know when to use them and how to use them, but they just change balls just to change balls, and I don't really recommend that. Know what each ball's going to do and know why you're changing balls. Don't change balls just because you have 2, 3, 4 bowling balls.
Yeah.
Change for a reason. And I see that most average bowlers do the same thing.
Yeah. But the balls should be like clubs for golf or bats for for what you're specifically using.
Absolutely.
Choose the right tool for the right.
It's got a hook. I see so many bowlers when they leave a 10 pin will grab a different ball to throw it. Well, number one, to me, it's not a good idea to do that because yes, the ball's going to go straighter, but it's a different feel. It's not going to feel like the ball you've been throwing every time.
Yeah.
So just learn how to bowl the proper way, learn how to flatten your hand out and reach at the pin, and you'll be fine no matter what ball you're throwing. That's got to get up. He threw that hard. He threw that ball with so much authority. If you notice it, when he watches it at home, I hope he notices, he hit that ball on the way up. He really grabbed it at the bottom of the swing, and he told that ball where it was going to go. He said, I'm not going to let the oil dictate that it's not going to hook. I'm going to make it hook through the oil. That was just a very tremendous, aggressive shot.
That's what it's all about. You got to...
Now he slowed down on this one. See, that's why I don't recommend changing bowling balls. He just made a great shot with the ball in that lane, and the lanes aren't that different that he needs to do that. This is called a baby split again. He needs to hit that front pin and then have the ball deflect into the 10, or he can hit on the outside of the 3 pin and kick it into the 10. Oh, he elected to hook it. Oh. That was a big shot. Again, we're looking at a possibility of another tie.
Oh boy.
Yeah. With the handicap, Jordan is down a few pins here. We'll see after what he does here. That's got to get up. Okay. Again, because Jordan tops the ball and his thumb is down. If you watch when he releases the ball, his thumb is down and his fingers are rotating around the top. I call it a spinner ball. He needs to learn to stay more under the ball and lift through the ball to get it to rotate and to hook. Oh, that's not going to hook enough. Oh, it did. Oh.
That was very close. I thought he had that.
Well, if you saw his emotion, he knew as soon as he threw it that he missed it. I thought he did, but then it started to hook a little bit, but he threw it too hard. Okay, Jeremy's got a 14-pin lead now with 2 frames to go. Okay, the big thing for Jordan now is to pick the spare up and see what Jeremy does in the 10th frame.
Yeah.
Jeremy throws a very powerful, aggressive, attacking ball. Also, the downside of that is when you need a clutch strike, whatever, you have tendencies to make bad shots. So, you know, it's a double-edged sword. Oh. I believe if Jeremy gets a mark here, I think it's over.
Yes.
That's a very good shot. Okay, Jeremy opens the lane up. With the way he throws the ball, he can miss his mark by 4 or 5, you know, sometimes 10 boards, which is a lot in bowling, and still hit the pocket. So that gives him a huge advantage when he's throwing the ball well and using his head. And he is now. He's moved right a little bit, going a little more direct. As long as he doesn't... Now, if you notice there, he threw the same ball. So, you know, maybe my mental telepathy is getting to him here.
Either that or he's got good hearing and he can...
Well, hopefully a little bit of both. Okay, switch balls again here. Third strike, but again, I'd rather see him use one ball, know what that ball's going to do, and just be aggressive with it. Okay, Jeremy's going to be bowling for the championship here. He's going to be competing here against Jeremy Kulian.
That is a good way to definitely close that line.
Okay, Jeremy just finished with the 225, locking up this match, so congratulations to Jeremy Huff. Also, congratulations to Jordan. I mean, for having a 120 average, coming out in this pressure, coming out here competing the way he did, it's a tremendous attribute to him. You know, he's going to learn from this. He's going to have fun, and next year he's going to want to come back here again. This is kind of addictive here. Once you get on television, you can't wait to get back there. See, there's a very good shot right there. He threw that ball like he meant it, right down the lane. Everything was good. He just chopped it off.
Third place is nothing to sneeze at.
Absolutely not. So Jeremy Huff wins the second match of the day in a extra game roll-off. He's going to go on to compete here for the championship for his second Junior Masters title against Jeremy Kulian.
Jeremy versus Jeremy.
Yes, this is going to be rather interesting for us, but you're going to see, again, 2 different styles, 2 different techniques, but it's going to be fun to watch. A quick break here and come back to the championship match.